Now we're going to look at the P5 options for bear hugs. So these are a variation and additions to the P4 bear hugs, where you had a lot of options from the front, from the rear, from the side, arms free, arms trapped, and with prevention as well. So P5, then you have an option where the head is low, and then also where the attacker lifts you from the front, or attacker catches you from behind with a bear hug and they lift you, and we need a defense against that. So what we're going to look at first now is the low bear hug. So the idea now is the attacker is coming low like this, sort of tackling forwards towards you, almost like a tackle in American football or whatever. So Stephen's going to attack me from here. So what's happening? As he moves in to catch me, what I'm doing is I'm getting a low center of gravity, I'm widening my feet. So a big danger here is not so much the grab, it's the fact that if he goes low and he continues to take down, or even just keeps his shoulder at stomach level and he pushes in, my feet are close to my center of gravity is high, I'm going to end up on my back. So as he comes into the catch, what we're looking to is spread our feet far away, lower my center of gravity and sort of lean onto him a little bit. From there, then we're looking to counter-attack. Now, sometimes you see people go with an elbow. That's not what we recommend here, because you have the spine running obviously down the center. Elbow strikes the spine, very, very dangerous techniques. So we're looking more like hammer attacks, going to the shoulder blades, off the center, going to the shoulders, going to the lats here, just to sort of disrupt the attacker a little bit, send a little towards the ground. So we're looking at hammer attacks here, from the front side, hooks to the ribs, work very well. So attacking here, keeping my weight a little bit pressed on him. I can take my back leg and knee. So I'm not standing up here to knee, because he can drop to my legs for a takedown, or we just keep pushing forward and we'll end up on the ground. But with my weight on him, I take the weight off the back leg and I knee him. And the advantage that has is there's even more weight on him. So I'm leaning onto him, I take my back leg, which is essentially a post, out of the way, I fight him, and then I continue around. So the general idea of your movement, from the opposite side. The general idea of the movement is, as he comes in to attack me, one, I'm striking, and I'm sort of moving out here. So the force from him is pushing towards me, straight on. I don't want to be going back here fighting, because then I end up getting stood up very tall. I want to lower my center of gravity, lean onto him a little bit, got my hammers, got my hooks, my knee, and sort of move around him here. So your normal idea of getting out of the channel, like you'll have in other techniques. The next thing we're going to look at now is lifting bear hugs. So the idea now is the attacker gets a bear hug and they've lifted us off the ground. So we have arms free and we've arms strapped option. The idea is that he catches me and my feet come off the ground. So if he catches me, in reality what I'm looking to do is go back to my P4 options. Don't let him lift me, don't let him throw me. Step my foot back, set my hands to the head to attack immediately, and don't end up here. Okay, so your first prevention against lifting bear hug is just to react very quickly and don't get lifted. If we do get lifted, the danger is being slammed or being thrown. So as soon as air comes under our feet, what we're doing is we're hooking. We're taking one leg and we're hooking onto his leg. Now we're going to the ground, we're going to the ground together. What I can do is take my back leg and knee, take my hands and go pretty much back to my previous option and just fight my way back to the ground. So the attacker lifts you, you hook the leg, you can knee, tilt the head back, the thumbs in the eyes, your hammer punches like you have the P4 techniques, and just continue to fight. So one more time, the same one. Hooking, kneeing, and fighting coming down. If your hands get trapped, hooking the same, kneeing, and then looking to get back to the ground to free your arms. So the idea of the bear hug is it's not a dangerous grab. You don't need to release it the same way you need to release a choke. The attacker's holding you strong. You look to counter-attack what you can, the groin, okay, with your hands, the groin, with your knees. All you're looking to do is loosen the grip enough that you can free your hands and you can attack to the head. So this one, when my hands are trapped, after a wrap, an option I have is here to push off Stephen's hips, boom, and let me swing my knee in. And usually that does the job of releasing the grip and taking me back to the ground. The next options we have is when our hands are trapped, our hands are free from behind. So the attacker catches from behind, you're lifting. This is the problem. Again, we can see how quickly, how easily it can happen. The way we deal with this as a prevention on P4 is as he comes to grab me, I'm here and he goes to lift me now, I'm heavier, and I can look to turn and attack. The idea now is that we've been lifted, so as we're lifted off the ground, we look and hook. So the idea now is that we're going to be lifted. So we'll just go straight into technique. So what's happening? He's coming, he's catching me with the grab, okay, and he's lifting. As he lifts, I'm hooking the leg and I'm leaning the body forward. In reality, that's probably enough to take us to the ground. Okay, even without any counterattacks, it's hard to hold somebody when they lean forward like this. So that's what we're looking to do, okay? For the sake of the technique, to make sure that we have all the options, as we lean forward, we're doing what we call an uppercut kick. So I'm not kicking back here, turn to the side. Here, I'm missing the groin. I lift my knee up in front, which brings my heel to the groin. So not this, where I'm kicking behind him, knee up. Lean the body forward. My arms are trapped in this instance. This grip is loosened so I can free and I can turn and I can fight. Another variation where my arms are caught. When I'm lifted, the same idea, but I don't need to free my arms. Just as soon as I go to the ground, just turn an elbow and strike. So we go to the front with that one. I'm here, hooking, 1, 2, and fighting your way out. So. So those are the options for defending against lifting bear hugs. The main idea is not to get lifted. In reality, if somebody's coming to catch us and you feel yourself being lifted, you're looking to hook the leg so you barely get off the ground. The same with the rear one. If you feel a lift as you get picked up, you're leaning forward, you're hooking the leg, but in reality it doesn't look like a lifting technique. Sometimes in the grading, maybe you want to show the technique off a little bit more, so you let the partner take you a little higher, then you look to lift and fight your way off the ground. But obviously in reality we want to react as quick as possible, and if you don't get lifted, that's a success.